Namaste Wellness Centre is supported by the study of Bodhisology. We are pleased to present the third part of Meditation and the Transformation of Energy. This webinar was created for educational purposes only with the approval of Namaste Wellness Centre. The material in this webinar is the property and sole rights of NWC Ltd. Objectives include: what is energy and how does this define the human body? How is the process of transformation related to the alchemy of the body? And what are tools that are useful to guide the process of energy transformation and expansion? In Part 3, we will discuss tools to guide energy expansion and transformation. The practice of meditation is a tool to guide the process of energy transformation. There are many forms of meditation that are guided, including visualization and imagery, whereby the individual experiences the lightness of the body through the visualization process, along with the focus of the mind to form the images being reflected by way of the right brain. This method is a way to reconnect with the creativity and imagination of the mind. Another way to bring the focus and center of the mind is through what has been termed the third eye. This aspect of the self is connected through the center of the brain by a gland located between the right and left hemisphere of the brain. Many individuals are becoming aware of the importance of this gland, namely the pineal gland, as it is a vital aspect of memory. Memory is projected into the human psyche through a chemical process in which it releases components like DMT, which make it possible to generate imagery that is part of the mental complexities of the mind. We are often more aware of this imagery being projected into the psyche when we sleep, as well as when we daydream. Sometimes our dreams seem more real than our awakened state, as the brain operates on various wavelengths that relate to the processes that are occurring within the body. Similarly, meditation delves into these deeper, more restful states of being and approaches the realm of the daydream state, also known as theta wavelength. Many people are aware that theta is a state of being just before we sleep, as well as the state just after we have awoken. However, we often don't think or make the connection between what is occurring on the mental level with the physical experience. There are many benefits to meditation. By learning to remove the layer of the mental process from the experience, we can begin to understand the more subtle ways in which the mind can interpret the reality around us. In other words, by removing any barriers or blockages, whether mental or emotional, we can begin to see the perspective of reality from a broader sense of being. This altered understanding allows us to interpret the process without impeding its flow and creates a more harmonious feeling, a lightness of the body. This lightness of energy translates to a greater connection with the energy body as we begin to vibrate with a higher state of resonance and consciousness. This is appealing to the senses and expands the awareness to the light body that is around us. We may begin to see visions of colors, some of which have never been seen before by the eyes, some that were only seen in the dream state, another state of reality. Other senses may begin to expand in their capacity to experience reality at a more elevated level and pace, creating a reality that is more harmonious and radiant. From this perspective of consciousness, there are other techniques that enlighten the mind and body, such as quantum meditation. This technique in meditation is guided from a point of stillness, whereby the individual is initially focused on the breath to guide the process of relaxing the mind and body. They are connected through their senses, and the individual is also guided through the visualization process to gather another perspective of the self, as to remove any layer of impediment during the process of meditation. As the visualization process occurs from the right side of the brain to the center portion of the brain, this is also very active to support the interpretation of the images through the memory complex. The aspect of quanta in meditation can be interpreted as the individual meditating from the deeper levels of the awakened state or the daydream state, which is not to be confused with the deep somnambulistic levels of theta. In this state, the mind is observing the experience from the broader perspective instead of a limited point of view. From this experience, the more subtle qualities of the mind are noticeable, and the conscious layer is observing the experience rather than filtering the process through its interpretation. This is also known as a feedback loop within the complexities of the mind. As the individual begins to view this feedback loop, the properties of the mind become more subtle, and a stillness emerges that quiets the mind. For as one's awareness becomes less focused on the veil of thoughts and emotions, the higher vibratory states are expanded along with the awareness of the self. It is in this expanded state of awareness that one can empower the higher mind or higher brain to function with more higher states of vibratory resonance, in alignment with the higher energetic qualities of the mind, which also has an impact on the physical structure of the body. In this light, we can identify the self of the self, or the essence that is interdependent and interconnected to everything. This aspect of the self is not dependent on the external environment for interpretation, but rather it is more connected to everything that contains vital life energy, and views himself or herself through the understanding that reality is multidimensional rather than linear. Thank you for watching Part 3 of Meditation and the Transformation of Energy. Written by Alfonsina Claire, Director of Education at NWC Ltd, and co-written by Tina Wise, Assistant Director of Education. If you are interested in attending the live Q&A discussion and demonstration based on Part 1, 2, and 3 of Meditation and the Transformation of Energy, please view the link below or email us at info@nwccpilatesyoga.net. To receive more videos and upcoming webinars, subscribe to our YouTube channel. For private sessions in quantum meditation, email us at qm@nwccpilatesyoga.net. These links can be found in the description box.